India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in the US, meets US Intelligence Chief Tulsi Gabbard, will hold bilateral meeting with US President Donald Trump. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi wraps up his France visit. In yet another special gesture, President Emmanuel Macron sees him off at the airport. Donald Trump speaks to Putin and Zelensky as efforts begin to end the Ukraine conflict. US President Trump and Putin meet expected in Saudi Arabia for peace talks. US President Donald Trump says he will sign reciprocal tariffs order soon as global trade war fears mount. And India completes an emphatic whitewash of England in a three-match home ODI series just ahead of the start of the Champions Trophy. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in the United States on Wednesday for a two-day visit. This is Prime Minister Modi's first visit to the US after Donald Trump assumed office for the second term. Also, this is the second leg of his two-nation visit. This marks the first visit to the US since President Donald Trump's second-term inauguration. The trip aims to strengthen India-US relations, focusing on key areas such as technology, trade, defense, energy, supply chain resilience, and global security challenges, highlighting the depth of the bilateral partnership. Prime Minister Modi will be staying at the Blair House, the historic guest lodging for dignitaries visiting the White House. During his 36-hour stay in the US, Prime Minister Modi is scheduled to hold bilateral meetings with President Trump. This is Prime Minister's first bilateral visit to the US since Trump was sworn in for his second term and places him among the select few foreign leaders visiting Washington within weeks of the new administration's inauguration. Prime Minister Modi is the fourth foreign leader to meet Trump in the White House in less than a month after he took office for a second term. He will also meet several members of Trump's cabinet, as well as US business leaders and members of the Indian-American community. Prime Minister Modi received a warm welcome from the Indian diaspora. Members of the Indian community waited at the hotel to have a glimpse of Prime Minister Modi. Despite the chilly winters, members of the Indian community gathered outside the hotel, chanting Modi, Modi, and waving Indian flags to greet him. Prime Minister also reciprocated, waving his hand to the people and talking to the members of the Indian community.
अनुभव जो है बहुत ही अच्छा रहा। ये कहें कि विश्व का सब कुछ मिल गया। मोदी जी ने हमें आशीर्वाद दिया और भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जो कि इतने सुलझे हुए, इतने पहुंचे हुए, इतने कर्मठ इंसान हैं, जो लाखों करोड़ों भारतवासियों की दिन रात सेवा कर रहे हैं, ऐसे महापुरुष का आशीर्वाद पाकर जीवन धन्य हो गया।
बहुत अच्छा लगा। मोदी जी से हाथ मिलाया, मोदी जी ने बहुत खुश हो गया देख के मोदी जी को।
बहुत बढ़िया है। हमें उससे मिलकर बहुत खुशी हुई। इतना थक गए थे तो भी उसने टाइम निकाला और सब लोगों से मिले और अच्छी तरह से बात की और हमारे कंसर्न सुने और बहुत अच्छा लगा हमें।
We were waiting for him, so we got to see him very close. So I really am liking it. Like seeing him so close, it is really nice.
It's all worth it. Like 5 hours we are standing in this weather. It's freaking cold and you're freezing, but it's all worth it. Just one glance of him and he's so nice. Like, you know, we just love him.
In his first bilateral meeting, Prime Minister Narendra Modi met freshly appointed US's Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, in Washington, D.C. On social media platform X, Prime Minister Modi congratulated her on her confirmation and discussed various aspects of the India-US friendship, with her of which she's been always a strong votary. Meanwhile, Tulsi Gabbard was sworn in as a top U.S. spy on Wednesday with Republican support behind a nominee once considered one of President Trump's most controversial picks. Gabbard will now lead an agency established after September 11, 2001 attacks to coordinate the nation's intelligence operations. That is one of the most critical national security roles in the U.S. government. Gabbard, who left the Democratic Party in 2022 to become an independent before backing Trump and joining the Republican Party in 2024, expressed her commitment to focus on ensuring the safety, security, and freedom of American people.
Tulsi Gabbard's an American of extraordinary courage and exceptional patriotism. She's devoted her entire life to public service, and I've watched her for years on different shows and everything. I said, she's a woman of great common sense, and, you know, we like the common sense.
At the swearing-in ceremony, Trump entrusted her with overseeing urgently needed reforms to the U.S. intelligence community to protect the rights and civil liberties of all Americans.
So I look forward to being able to help fulfill that mandate that the American people delivered to you very clearly in this election, to refocus our intelligence community by empowering the great patriots who have chosen to serve our country in this way, and focus on ensuring the safety, security, and freedom of the American people.
All right, talking about Prime Minister's visit to France, collective global action on artificial intelligence dominated day 2 of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's France visit. Day 3 was not just about cultural linkages and people-to-people connect. It also focused on strengthening economic and maritime ties with focus on sustainable and limitless clean energy for the future. Let's take a look at this report.
After a power-packed day 1 in France,